is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty! Yeah! All right, first of all, make sure, because I'm flying solo right now, so all, Sean's off today. I want to make sure audio good, everything kosher, because I don't want to start ranting and raving. And then, hey, we can't hear you. Hey, the sound sucks. So I just want to make sure you guys heard it. You guys got it. You got it. You got it. You got Tua and everything. There you go. That was Tua today, this morning, before they took practice. And he addressed the fans.
I tell you what, show me the money!
That's what's up. It's hot out here. And keep the tears going. Let's go.
So that was super cool, fun, and it's, the cool part about that is that you don't expect that from Tua, and you're standing there or sitting or whatever you were doing in the stands. For all the fans that went out today, it was hot as hell. And by the way, great to meet a whole bunch of you out there today. That was actually really, really cool. And so you think about where he started. Okay. First of all, he got drafted into literally a war room because the guys in the personnel department were at war with the head coach from day one on who to take a quarterback. So he was already going into a situation where he wasn't wanted by his head coach. His head coach tried to keep him down as much as possible, didn't want him to spread his wings, didn't want him to get comfortable, all that kind of stuff. And so then he kind of wanted to put him in a shell, inside, just to like shove him into there and just like bottle him up in a genie and just, like in a genie bottle and throw him away. That's it. That's what Flo wanted to do to this kid. Right. And you think about where he was and the negative environment that he had to fight. Okay, he was already fighting a hip injury and surgery. He was already fighting everybody doubting him as it is. He was already fighting the people that didn't want him drafted, all that kind of stuff. And then the people that also doubt his abilities or whatever. And now you've got this. Now you've got to fight your freaking head coach. And all that kind of stuff. And where he was to where he is now, and thanks to Mike McDaniel giving him the space, the opportunity, hey, let's see if you can grow. Let's see if you can lead. Let's see if you can win. All those kind of things. And so it's all given to him. And now he gets to, grow into all of that position at this level. And part of it is his character and his personality. And there is a lot of personality, but we don't see it. It's mostly behind the scenes. And so it was really cool today. Apparently, Darrell Bevell, his QB coach, basically challenged him on it and said, I bet you won't say it, like show me the money. And so he was all right. And so he took on challenge accepted, as Barney would say in How I Met Your Mother. Challenge accepted. And that was it. Tua was Barney from How I Met Your Mother, and challenge accepted. Then he went out there and he threw the show me the money. And that was cool. And that was cool. And I'm happy for him. And it's great for him because it's great for any of us. Wherever you work, you want your bosses to give you, if you have something in you, of course, because most of us want more responsibilities. Most of us want to, get better in life, get a better job, all those kind of things. And so you have no chance of growing if they don't allow you to take those responsibilities and then see if you can handle them. You know what I'm saying? But if you've got a Brian Flores type, well, it's counterproductive to you can't agree, or you can't go about drafting a player and then all of a sudden you're not going to go about developing the player. It doesn't matter who you are with the Miami Heat. If you got drafted, if they signed you as a free agent, if they signed you as an unrestricted free agent, if they signed you as a street free agent, if they signed you as an undrafted guy, whatever it is, they're going to work your ass. And they're going to give you every opportunity to grow. Now it's up to you. Whatever you want to do with the opportunity, it's up to you. Preston Williams had an opportunity. He effed it up because he was never committed to playing this game at the level that you need to play and at the professionalism that you need to play. Preston Williams had no professionalism, and that's why he's not in the league anymore. And this is what Mike McDaniel has done for Tua. He's given him the opportunity to grow. And in the first 2 years so far in this system, he's been in the MVP conversations. Now we need to see the team be better overall, and I'm sure Tua will then succeed, just like most really good quarterbacks and great quarterbacks. When the team around you is pretty good, it gives you the platform to go out there and have success, and I think you're going to need a lot of luck on the injury side, as we've talked about many times over here on the show. But Tua looked good. He did throw an interception that Sealer tipped, and Holland. By the way, Holland had a pass deflection, an interception today. Everybody talks about Jalen Ramsey and the whole thing about, he's the Swiss Army knife, and of course he is. Wow, layup, but they don't talk about Javon Holland. And Javon Holland is going to have the year of all years. Okay, some of the people that are either questioned or think that he's not that good, the problem is you don't look at the overall picture. 2 years ago, the entire secondary was decimated. He was out there by himself. There was no way he was going to be able to be himself because he had to worry about all and everybody else that was on the field. So he had to kind of be like a chaperone. Then that took away from his game. And then last year, second half of his season was mincemeat because the guy had 2 knee injuries. I've never seen that in my life. And somehow or another, I think they kind of forget what he showed you in the first year. This is a guy that can play nickel. This is a guy that can play center field. This is a guy that can play strong safety. He'll cover your tight end. He can do whatever the hell he wants. So Javon Holland is going to have a massive season this year with Jalen Ramsey because he's going to be all over the place. Because Weaver's going to see what I've seen, what I think the front office has seen, what coaches have not done for him, overall, which is use him in more places where he can be effective. Now, the last 2 years, there have been scenarios that have not allowed him to be himself because of what's happened around the team. Those aren't excuses. That's reality. So Javon Holland had a really good practice today. You know who's also played really well so far in the first couple of days? Elijah Campbell. Elijah Campbell had another pass deflection today on a deep ball to Waddle, which was really, really cool. So Campbell's another guy that you got to – maybe he's a guy that's kind of like a late bloomer and is growing, but he's a guy that I've kind of mentioned as one of those cats that you keep for depth purposes, and he is just climbing and becoming a better player that, he's going to be right there next to the starters and ready to go. If any of the top 3 safeties have issues, Campbell can be one of those guys that can help out. He has had so far a nice camp to start, okay? But it's really good to see. We need to see that. We need to see that you have more players back there in the secondary than just your starters, overall. The starting offensive line, remember, Wynn and Armstead are out, but Keon Smith started for Armstead, Jones for Wynn, and then Brewer at center, Eichenberg at left guard, and obviously Austin Jackson at left tackle. It's still funny to me the first couple of days, like, hey, really, Eichenberg is starting, and I would hear some of the media guys. I'm not gonna say who, but I would hear some of the media guys like surprised that Eichenberg was starting. I'm like, I don't understand why you would be surprised, but I get it because there's so much like disbelief, not hate, because that's kind of a strong word. There's no way you can hate. You can hate a guy that is lazy and a guy doesn't try, or a guy that's a bad dude off the field or something like that. But Eichenberg's a good dude. He's worked his ass off. He's just had some injuries the last couple of years, but he has made progress as a player. And that's why, I said couple months ago, I did that video. I said, he's going to have a good season. He is. I'm not surprised he's starting. By the way, I am doing this show because I'm not on till Monday afternoon after tomorrow's first padded practice. Today's practices was not in pads. Tomorrow is the first day of padded practice. And I didn't want to then go do the Monday afternoon show and then go over what went on Sunday. So I figured we'd work a little extra for you guys today and ladies out there, and give you a little bit of report and talk a little bit about what's going on at Dolphins camp since we were there. And again, great meeting a bunch of you out there. Remember, some of you Dolphins that are hitting the road and you watch the show, will be able to meet at the River Pub. And that'll be at Niagara Falls in New York. That'll be for the Buffalo game. We'll be doing our pre and post game show there at the River Pub. All right, in Niagara Falls. So come on out and join us there at the River Pub, and we'll have a good old time, baby. All right, and Tavern on South in Indianapolis. What is it? The 20th of October. We're going to be in Indianapolis, and we're going to go to the game, and we're going to do our pre and post game show at the Tavern on South, and it's at 433 West South Street, which is a block. It's like right there, right by Lucas Oil Field. So that's pretty cool. It's a tavern right there. So pre-game and post-game. All right, I'll be doing the pre and post there. Me and Sean, we are traveling. Sean hasn't made the billboards yet for Tavern on South, but we will be making those soon. And then we're going to Seattle also, and we'll be doing a special show in Seattle on Saturday. I'm told Saturday there's a Dolphin get together, and I will do a show there during the Dolphin get together on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Sean and I will do the pre and post game show. Looking forward to it. In fact, I'm looking forward to it because I have what's it called? I get to go see two shows that I've one guy I've never seen, in Paul Weller from Style Council, The Jam, and his solo stuff. And so it's pretty cool that I get to see Paul Weller. I'm actually going to fly out a day earlier to Seattle to go see Paul Weller on Thursday. And then Johnny Marr is on Friday or Saturday night there in Seattle. So looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun there in Seattle. But we got some stuff we'll tell you about the get-togethers there. So we're adding a couple of road trips this year. And so for you Dolphins out there that maybe you watch the show and all that kind of stuff, you'll be able to, hang out with us in certain bars on the road if you happen to live in those towns, or if you happen to be traveling to those games, you'll be able to go to our pre and post game shows and all that kind of stuff if you want. Oh, I'm hearing Chop is doing good things. Yes, no pads yet, but his explosiveness off the line has been awesome. His first step is badass. He is a talent. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool. There was a scene today. I walked over to the other side of the field where they were having the one-on-ones between the O lineman and the D lineman. And something that, I wish I could film, but I couldn't. Some fans can film whatever the hell they want. It's funny because, I can't put shit up. I can't use a lot of the video, or if I do an interview or something there, I can't. After a minute and 40, I get called out by the NFL. It's whatever. But and then when I'm at camp, I can't film stuff. Fans film all kinds of shit while you're there. It's free for all for you guys. But if I film it, and post it, oh my God, I'm done. I'll lose my credential. You know what I mean? So I can't do shit. But I'll tell you about it because I can tell you about it, and it's pretty cool. Patrick Paul in one of the reps where he was, it was awesome to watch Armstead pull him aside and for 2 minutes showing him the stance and the drop and all that kind of stuff. And it was one of those where I wish I could film that and put it up so people can see. Because one, it's great for people to see Armstead, taking the time to show the ropes. You know what I mean? And we all know Armstead is above class. You know what I'm saying? The only knock anybody ever has on Armstead is that, dude, his durability is always an issue. And we know that. We know he's a hell of a person. We know he's a hell of a player. We know he's fantastic when he's playing. The guy is a freaking wall no matter what. I mean, he is really pretty special. You know what I'm saying? So it's awesome to see that other side of him, So I can tell you about it. Maybe some fan filmed it, because it was more over on the east side of the field in the end zone. And so there were fans there because those are the ones with the little tents and the hills. So I think those are like season ticket holders, I want to say, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe the whole thing today was season ticket holders on the first day. I think that's how it is. I'm not exactly sure. That part, you're going to have to forgive me. Fans are going to know that better than I am in that sense. But anyway, it just seems like it was that. And I thought that was really, really cool. I was telling one of the PR people, like, man, I know we can't film anything, but I wish I could film that because I'm not showing any plays or anything or whatever. I'm showing a veteran, showing a young guy, you know what I'm saying? And I can't do that, unfortunately, But it's awesome, man. It's awesome. It's pretty cool to see. And when you have people that are willing to share their knowledge, as you all know, any of us that are growing in life, in school, in work, or whatever, someone that's a little bit ahead of us and able to show us the ropes, that's a huge thing. And I thought that was a really cool scene to see Teron Armstead taking the time to teach Patrick Paul what he needs to do out there. And that means the young man's in great hands because your coaches can coach. And now you have an extra coach there. And we're talking about, again, quality. I mean, above quality. That's who Teron Armstead is. So really cool. Just a little moment that is pretty cool. Remember, as always, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo to support Sean and myself. And you can always make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation on Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. We say that because we get 100% of the donation there. Of course, you can send a super chat on YouTube, but we only get 70% there. YouTube takes 30%. Like, they don't make enough money. So there you go. And then, of course, remember, you can visit our merchandise department. Use that QR code right there. And the link is also on our YouTube page. It is bigoradioshow.myshopify.com, or use that QR code there if you're watching the show. The link is also on our Instagram page, another place that you can also find it. All right, what else do we have? Let me do a little roll call here before I continue with the reports and give you what I saw. Gus 1388 is number one. Daniel Berry is in the house. Jamie Zorria is in Torreon, Mexico, from San Jose to Mexico. All right. He's hoping everybody has a great weekend. Remember to smash that like button. Please smash the hell out of the like button. 112 watching, 49 likes. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's get it right over 100 right away. Lazaro Barrios, Joseph, Luis Medina, Brian Walters, Miami Breaker 305, Woodson, Steven Gonzalez, Josh, Andrew Fazalore. Nyborg is in the house. Hit that like button. He says Holland putting a hit on a wide receiver. Holland's going to have a great year. I'm telling you, man. Axel Foley is in the house. Man of 1,005 holds. Woodson, Josh Hart, Nyborg, Eros, Anthony Perez, Steven Smith, Stephen D. Felipes, yes. Not a good look for Tua. Show me the money, turned me off. I was very surprised. He said, you got to have fun, Stephen. You got to have some fun with it. He's the perfect, here, this is what will convince you, okay? When somebody says, show me the money, and it's Jimmy Butler, and his lazy ass doesn't play during the regular season and all that kind of stuff, then that can rub you the fucking wrong way. You understand? That's what I'm talking about. But if we're talking about a moment that Dwayne Wade wants to say, show me the money, a moment that Alonzo Mourning or Tua Tagovailoa or somebody like that, that's not necessarily a person that's going to be doing that all the time. It's not really their MO. But at a moment, they just kind of wanted to kind of lighten it because it's not who they are. You know they're not. You know they're not Steve Miller, and they're going to say, "Come on, take the money and run." Woo, woo, woo. That's not going to happen here. That's not the case. We're not talking about a guy that doesn't want to work for his money. If you listen to the press conference, what's next on his agenda is what's been on all of our agendas for 40 to 50 years. Winning big and winning in the playoffs and winning championships. He even, he didn't say a title. He said championships. So he knows exactly what he wants to do. And he knows exactly, he even mentioned it in his press conference that, they gave me the money, but now I got to go out and do what I need to do for this money, And so this is the right guy to have a lighthearted situation about something like that. If it's a guy that's a shady dude, if it's James Harden, then yeah, now I have a problem. Of course I have a problem with that. But not that guy. That guy, I can allow him every once in a while to do, not allow him, but I'm all right with him letting his guard down a little bit, having some fun with the moment. I disagree with you on this one because I trust that human being. I trust that person with that one. The aforementioned Preston Williams, yeah, no, I don't want to give him $43, not $43 million. The man likes Dogecoin. That's all you need to know. I'm going to give you money. You're going to buy Doge. Tua would buy, Bitcoin. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the way I look at it. I look at it differently. I'm happy for him to be able to let his guard down a little bit and say some of the things that you might be wanting to say, but you don't, that kind of stuff. So I'm good with it. Let's see. Tannehill would never show that much personality. Yeah, that's not his thing. Let's see. Live Squad says, never seen so much personality from Tua. This will not age well. Well, Live, it doesn't age well because you don't believe in the kid. I believe in the kid. So I think he's going to bring us a championship when it's all said and done. It's pretty cool that head coach Mike McDaniel went to bat for Tua with owner Stephen Ross to get his contract extension finalized. I don't think that's necessarily how it went. I think Mike McDaniel was not in the way of the contract stuff at all. Okay, so I don't know where you heard that, but that's not really the way it went. For the offense, I want to see how involved the tight ends are. This tight end's going to be involved. That's all I'm going to tell you. Tight end's going to be involved. You're going to see the tight end involved a lot. He's got speed. Jeff Wilson lost weight. Beat writers didn't notice it, by the way. I go, hey man, it's Jeff Wilson. He looks lighter, and they were like, yeah, he looks lighter. And then Jeff happened to talk today, and they asked him about his weight loss, and it's like Jeff Wilson saw the theme here. I need to have a little more quickness, and Mike McDaniel wanted more quickness from his tight end. Jonnu Smith is going to be in the mix, big time. Big time. I promise you that. Unless he's injured. But he'll definitely be in the mix. I promise you that. Folks, don't forget you can use our QR code Big O10 at Caneswear. They're in Davie. They got anything and everything with a Canes logo on it. It is Miami fan wear at Caneswear. They've got Miami Dolphins gear. They've got Florida Panthers championship gear, Miami Heat, Marlins, Inter Miami. You can get your Messi jerseys. They've got the new Dolphin-like Inter Miami jersey kit. So check that thing out. By the way, we will be at Caneswear on Wednesday. How about that? Going live on Wednesday at 10 a.m. there in Caneswear. Or wait a minute, I don't know if there's a practice. I got to check it out. It'll be in the afternoon. Jeff in Long Island is in the house. Jeffrard is in the house. Any news on Cam Smith? He was walking off the field. He did not need any help or anything like that because a friend of mine sent me some post, and obviously some bogus ass fan ass post or something. Oh, he needed assistance off the field. No, he didn't. Cam Smith walked off the field on his own, and he was just chatting with the dude. He could have been dehydrated. It could have been a cramp. He wasn't walking with any kind of limp. He wasn't walking like he was hurting badly or anything. So let's pump the brakes. It might not be nothing at all. It might be more. This is a very precautionary coaching staff. They do not screw around. Okay? So pump the brakes on Cam Smith. We'll talk to the coach tomorrow, and we'll get some clearance if there's anything, and then we'll find out. But he walked, and it didn't look like he was hurting or anything like that. So let's slow down. Let's not overreact, because it's really easy to overreact. And, we're not the channel for that. We're the channel that gives you the no bullshit. Okay? I watched the kid walk off. In fact, I had to point it out for some of the writers that weren't seeing it. Hey, look at Cam Smith. Oh, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, Jeff in Long Island is in the house. Steven Gonzalez, Gordon Shumway. Campbell can be the next Lifford Hobley, except from no scabs, because Lifford came from the scabs. You are a classic Dolphin fan, because only classic Dolphin fans can bring up Lifford Hobley. Stephen Harris, where's the people that say Tua don't deserve to get paid? Stephen, I don't really give a shit about those people. As I told the people on the chat room this morning for McDaniel, screw the haters, bro. You got a hell of a team. Enjoy the season, Dolphin fans. Don't worry about the rest. Ocala Joe is in the house. Big O on Sunday again. Football fans, start your engines. This could be the start of could be. It is the start of a great season. Woodson is in the house. Karoon is in the house. Jay Slim. Happy Sunday. Thank you, DL. Philip Dunkley is in. Rock Bear is in the house. Hope to one day see you and Sean. Yeah, I want to go to the UK, man. I will go to the UK soon. In 2025, maybe 2026, no later than that, I will be in the UK. I guarantee you that. And you know what I got to do when I plan for my UK trip? I got to talk to my Fins Nation UK. Wait a minute. We got to do this right. There. I got to talk with my Fins Nation UK fan club. And remember, Fins fan clubs, send me your stickers so we can put them on the wall here. And, maybe there's a Dolphins pub, and then I can go do a show there and make it a Dolphin day that day there and have some fun. That'll be cool. Okay. Let's see. George Albanese is in. Tua deserves all that and more. MVP conversations 2 years in a row with an injury-riddled team. I'm glad he actually said, show me the money. He was just having fun with it anyways. Exactly. He's allowed to have fun. I don't mind the guy that earns it, and he's earned it. He's the guy I can trust. He's the guy. It's like Teron Armstead. You can't trust most guys to not practice all week and be ready for Sunday. There's no effing way. But then there are certain special individuals that that their professionalism is at the highest level and they're going to get the job done. There's no question. There's no doubt. There's no concern. He's going to do whatever he has to do to be prepared for Sunday, even if he didn't practice, but he did whatever he had to do to be prepared on Sunday. And then comes Sunday, and the son of a bitch plays at an elite level. But you cannot do that with most players. You can only do that with a few guys. And there are certain guys that I don't mind if they let their hair down, as they say, every once in a while, because I know that immediately that second is just a second and it's gone, and it's not going to be your lifestyle. It's just a second where you let some steam off, and then you're back on it, and you're laser focused. And that's who I know Tua is. So I'm never concerned about Tua. I've never been concerned about Tua. Really. The only time I was concerned about Tua is when he would not understand that he had to get rid of the ball earlier, and that's why he was taking the hits and getting injured. And then finally he did it last year. Those are the kind of things that would piss me off. The kind of stuff that at the moment you're not using your head. Let's see. We are checking our pulse, Chef Jew. It was great to be out there and watch a little football, and great to see a lot of you out there. Okay? So good to see the Sports Babe 305 and Dolph Freaky and Chris Barker and Doc and a bunch of people that I got to see and take pictures with and all that kind of stuff, and obviously some of the fans that I already know. So it was good. It was good to see them. Let's see. Tua at his press conference today said he heard McDaniel went to bat for him with Mr. Ross and thanked Mr. McDaniel. Yeah, but that's the stuff that happens for every. So you like him? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In the end, that's the Tua thanked everybody. Same Brandon Shore, Chris Greer. I saw the whole press conference, but he really went to bat for him by being his coach. That's where he went to bat for him. And he showed that if you're doing your shit right, everybody else, he's going to be a star. Like any other great team. Everybody else has to do their job, and then the quarterback will then take you where you need to go. But the guys up front have to block, and the running backs have to run and block, and the receivers have to catch, and the defense has to stop, and you got to tackle people, and you got to make key stops, and you got to make great calls on the sidelines, and you got to win your challenges, and it's everything. And the front office has to find people to fill in certain weeks because you have injuries. It takes everything in order to win. Everything. And that's what we're hoping for this year with Tua. Let's see what else. Get Tua some sumo wrestlers, as long as they can move. I'm concerning with, we have people in this fan base now rooting against the guy only to say, yeah, well, but Carlos, why do you worry about that? I don't give a shit about it. So who cares? It's not going to stop me from buying my Tua jersey. It's not going to stop me from buying my Tua, bobblehead. It's not going to stop me from getting my Dolphins hat. It's not going to stop me from watching. It's not going to stop me from covering it. It's not going to stop me from giving you guys the passionate coverage that you deserve all the time for 34 fucking years. No matter if it's Fiedler, no matter if it's Pennington, Marino, or Tua. Who gives a shit, dude? Who gives a shit about the negativity and all those people? Those people, that's what they want. They want attention. They want to be trolls. What do we do here on the show with them? We just cancel their asses out of there, bro. I don't need it. You don't need it. If you watch the show enough, these are the people that we usually end up, the people that they're only there to be trolls and be pains in the asses, and they don't want to have discussions. They don't want to converse. They don't want to agree or disagree on whatever, like Steven, who I love to death, but disagree with him on the Tua thing. And we move on. Big fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? But those people that just want to be there and just want to slam and just, that's all they want to do, bro. They just want to be trolls. They just want to be assholes. So I'm going to Seattle, and I'm going to Indy, and I'm going to Buffalo. You think I'm going to let these assholes, get me down about going to that? No, dude. I mean, screw them, bro. You know what I'm saying? That part should not be anything in your world. And you should have a smile on your face. You got an owner that does anything and everything to win. You got a front office, I think, is one of the 3 best in the NFL. I think you've got enough to win on offense and defense and the quarterback. And you got a young coach that, if he grows, this could be the championship season, man. So I feel good about it. Screw them, man. That's what I say. Screw them. Tua, thank the Lord Jesus Christ. Awesome. Shock the media. Did not try and edit that out. Whatever, bro. Again, you worry too much bullshit. Too much crap. If that's what you're worried about, whether they have it in or out, who cares, bro? Gives a shit. Big O, did you Trump address Bitcoin at rally yesterday? No, it didn't really pump. We had more of a Trump dump than a Trump pump. It was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing is what it was, is what we call. Let's see. The people rooting against Tua are the minority. Yeah, that's it. And they're just loud. That's all. So Big O, is a show in Jersey an option for the Jets game? Is there we wanted to do the Jets game, and I'm still gonna talk to the problem. The Jets game is we wanted to do it with the MetLife takeover, but in that parking lot, dude, it is January. If there's snow, the broadcast gets ruined, and there's sponsors. This is not like we're not just fans doing a podcast. Okay, there's lots of people, and God bless you. That's your hobby, whatever. That's great. This is a business. So I have sponsors, real sponsors. 3A Graphics, Acura Pembroke Pines, Toyota of Hollywood, Welton Rayom, Caneswear, Cutter's Edge Pro. I have real sponsors, Sloman's Home Security, all of these things. So I have to live up to responsibilities. So I have to make sure I can broadcast. So the Jets game, I wanted to do it from the MetLife takeover, but then we're in the middle of a parking lot. We got to have internet, and we got to make sure that we're away from elements. So we got to be under a tent or something. But what about if it's kind of blizzard-like and all that kind of stuff and snowing like crazy, and we have no control? So we could do it at Slattery's. But Slattery's is all the way in Manhattan. I don't know. That one's kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? That one is kind of tough. So we'll see. We shall see. It's almost like we need to pull in with a RV one day, and then I'm broadcasting from inside the RV or something, that kind of shit. To do it from the MetLife takeover. Randy Seidler says, great to see you today. Chop has great ball off, and Paul was not an unmitigated disaster by any means. He's inconsistent, but much improved since his days at Houston. Randy, They don't need him this year. So hopefully this is an entire learning year. He may not even be active for most games because they have 4 tackles. Keon's played well, and Keon's gotten better and better every year. So you're going to keep Keon Smith. You've got Kendall Lamb. You've already got Austin Jackson, and you've got Teron Armstead. You've got 4 tackles. They're not going to have a 5th tackle. So this is a complete developmental year for him. He really should not get a lot of reps. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good thing for us because this is smart by the front office. You're planning ahead and hoping that a year in the system, he's better for next year. Greer built a team with no foundation on front 5 and front 7. This is a team. It doesn't matter how you win, dude. Who gives a shit? How you construct the team, it doesn't matter. But you got your pass rushers. You got 3 pass rushers in the draft. You got your quarterback in the draft. You got your future number 1 wide receiver in the draft. You just got a future running back in the draft. Your right tackle was in the draft. If Eichenberg starts, your right guard is in the draft. And next year, Patrick Paul will be out of the draft. I'm sorry. I must be missing something here. They're drafting guys right around the line of scrimmage, and that can help you in pass rush. Cam Smith is a future corner that you're hoping can help you down the line. Those are things that you're drafting for the future. I disagree with you, man. Yeah, this is the silliness that I got when he put the big 3 together, and I got the assholes from Golden State and from San Antonio coming after me because we drafted our guys, and then sure enough, those teams started finding free agents too. Yeah, sure, you had a run where you drafted, and you got to balance both, dude. You're going to hit on some draft picks, then you got to hit on your free agents. And they've done both, and they find street free agents too. I don't give a shit how you get there, bro. Just win, baby. Just win. If you draft it, great. If you draft the whole damn team, fantastic. If you have to buy some players, great. Some of you get programmed by the media or some shit like that. It's about winning, dude. And you're about to go to the playoffs for a 3rd straight year. Last time I checked, how many times has that happened in the last 20? Try never. I'm not here for this negative spin bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I got a quarterback that's been in the MVP race the last 2 years. I got one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. I got a team that has been injury riddled completely at the end of both seasons, yet still in the playoffs. They got a shot at becoming the only Dolphins team in 20 years, an entire generation's gone by, where they're going to go 3 straight years into the playoffs. And what people don't realize that if they go and win a game, well, guess what? They probably are healthy, and that's probably why they're winning a game. They didn't win any games before because they had no shot at winning games by the time they got there. I don't understand any of the negativity. None whatsoever. None. That you got an owner that will spend his ass off. You got a front office. They built the entire team and still got the Tua deal done after. If you lived your life as a Bengals fan, there's no way they do that. They're so cheap, it would have stopped them from doing other moves. The Raiders, notoriously cheap. If their quarterback would have taken a while like this to sign, it would have stopped them from doing other things because they're cheap. And they would have waited, and free agency would have come and gone. Opportunities would have come and gone, and you wouldn't have been able to build your team. This is a phenomenal front office. This is a young coach that's got a great offensive mind. He's just got to grow up on game days. I don't understand any of the negativity. None whatsoever. None. I only see a team that is ascending. That's all I see. You guys want to, those of you want to hang out in the last 20 years, you go ahead, bro. Dive into misery. Go ahead. Knock yourselves. Get drunk on misery. Go for it. Let's see. Oscar, I'm not doing Inter Miami. Only Dolphins talk on this one today. Tyndall and Smith are already down the toilet. No, Smith is not. Smith, I don't know what's going on, but there's nothing. We don't know yet. It might not be anything whatsoever. Tyndall actually made some plays the other day that I was actually surprised. So, I don't know. I'm there at the practices, actually. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tyndall's got a long ways to go and a very slim shot at even making this roster. I'll be honest with you. But I got to give the kid a break. He made a couple plays in the was it Friday's practice? Yes, because they were off Saturday. Friday's practice, Tyndall had a good practice, actually, which I was like, whoa. Channing Tyndall made a couple of plays. Holy shit. But again, pads come on tomorrow. Let's find out tomorrow. We'll start getting a better view of things starting tomorrow. The new center's done a good job so far. Again, Jermaine, pads come on tomorrow. Big O Tua is the man this year. I have his jersey. I live in Massachusetts for 14 years. Went to a lot of Dolphins and Patriots games. Tom Brady was a quarterback. We lost. Now Dolphins win all. I'm with you, Ricky. I love it. Let's see. Miami was smart to give Tua his extension. Tua will be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, MVP, and a Hall of Famer. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Let's hope so, Finn Rule. I have all the confidence that this young man is going to be a freaking stud for the Miami Dolphins. There's no doubt in my mind. I am completely convinced. Ray Martinez, you're a stud, my brother. Ray just sent in some Ethereum on a beautiful Sunday. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And he made a Bitcoin donation too. There we go. I love it. Thank you. He says Trump the pump. LOL. Yeah. We didn't get much pump from the Trump, dude. We did not. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Just like Ray did right there. That's Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Always appreciate that immensely. Thank you all. And by the way, also, thank you, Jafrad. I see you went to our store and just made a purchase. So I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. All right. We'll get those out this week. Actually, we get everything out this week, all the colors and everything. Send them all out Monday and Tuesday. So everybody will get all the colored shirts this week that they ordered. And thank you all for your amazing patience. You guys are awesome. All right, let me get back to some stuff here. Dolphins, by the way, activated David Long from the PUP list. They still have Chubb, Phillips, Good, Wynn are all on the PUP list still. As we told you, Robert Jones is starting in place of Wynn and Keon Smith in place of Teron Armstead also, since Armstead is kind of, he had a rest day today. What else? They signed linebacker Curtis Bolton, and they waived quarterback Gavin Hardison. The guy that we were kind of making fun of the first day because he was the Oprah of quarterbacks. You get an interception, and you get an interception, and you get an interception. I mean, they should have given him a mic. So that way when he's throwing the ball, he's then, you get an interception. We kind of needed that. So Gavin Hardison, plus with Tua officially signed, there won't be any of those days that Tua will take off, and then you want the 3 quarterbacks for the reps. Now you go back to 4. There aren't the reps there. So unless you have an injury, I don't expect them to bring a fourth quarterback in. So I don't think that that's going to be needed anyway. So just to kind of fill you in on that part there. What else? Told you about Holland. Zach Sealer had a nice deflection. Elijah Campbell had a very good he's had a very good camp so far. Very good camp so far. Tanner Connor, by the way, caught a touchdown. Tanner Connor, Braylon Sanders also he caught a touchdown too on Kohu and red zone work. And these are two guys that are like they're like the guys at old school that they like went back to college and they started a sorority. And Tanner Connor and Braylon Sanders are two guys that have gone to Dolphins camp and started a sorority or a whatever you want to call it. And those guys are now in their third years without doing a goddamn thing for this team. So you're like, okay, this guy's going to earn 3 years of NFL salaries and not do anything and escape with, another trip on the practice squad all year. I think this is the end of the road for both. Well, definitely for Sanders, because there's a crap ton of receivers on this team. Bad news for Sanders. He had to really establish himself the first 2 years, and he didn't do it. Now he's got to do it. To his credit, caught a nice touchdown over Kohu today, but it's an uphill battle for him. And then Tanner Connor, they went out and got Jonnu Smith already. And by the way, Jordy Fortson had a touchdown today, one of the backup tight ends. So this becomes a pain in the butt for Tanner Connor because his experiment has not worked out yet. Now, he had a nice block the other day, and the funny part is people don't look at him like a blocker, but go talk to Tanner Connor, and he'll tell you he's a blocker. He has the attitude like he wants to block anybody and everybody. So he is an aggressive player. You know what I'm saying? By nature. But, still green and we don't know and unproven. So it was nice to see him catch a touchdown today. That was good. That was good. But he's, again, 2 long shots. There's a really, really good chance that neither guy is on this roster when it's all said and done. But you have 31 other teams watching. You got to put it on film, and maybe it does something for somebody out there. Let's see. Yep, that's Tua 4-year, 212. 43 million this year, 51 million 2025, 55 million 2026. So he's loaded up. They did lower the cap number for this year and backloaded more, so it gave them more flexibility. Again, they didn't have to go into Tyreek's contract to sign the entire team that they needed to sign and extend Tua. By the way, Tyreek Hill was off today, a rest day. Okay. Tomorrow, I would imagine. See, today, like example, Calais Campbell, older player. He practiced today. I got a feeling that tomorrow Calais may not practice because you don't need to put the heavier workload on him with pads, right? So maybe he doesn't practice. Whereas the reverse for Tyreek, they gave him the day off today because tomorrow they'll put on pads, and they didn't want to put him 2 days in a row since he has to carry such a load. Then let's ease him along. Let's take it easy with him. Let's not have him run today, and tomorrow we'll have him go in full pads. So I think that's kind of what you're, Big O, in your opinion, Connor Williams' career is over for now? He hasn't signed with anybody yet, right? Maybe somebody's, see, the thing is that did he sign with somebody? I am not sure now. But I wouldn't say that he's available. So Hold on. You're making me work. Oh, dude. That sucks. I forgot to go live on Instagram. I went now. Oh. That's bad. That's bad. Let's see. Yeah, Seahawks negotiating a deal with Connor Williams. Yeah. So he's going to play. He's going to, supposedly he's made a recovery. Now, is he going to be himself? I don't know. We're going to find out. But, you know, I don't think his career is over yet. Well, hopefully he makes one hell of a comeback. You know, he played well for the Dolphins. He did a nice job overall. And we'll see if Aaron Brewer can kind of pick up where he left off and continue. I can see why they're doing what they're doing with Aaron Brewer, because he is lighter and more athletic and can get to the second level faster. And he does that normally. So that's kind of something that's going to be in his game. Let's see. Daniel Berry, thank you, sir. Karun says, I thought you said Tyreek Hill was off, arrested, LOL. Glad that was a false alarm. I never said. I just said he had an off day. That's it. He's just off today. Tomorrow, I'm sure he'll be back because it's pads. Ocala Joe says, I'm not a religious man, but if I would be praying for a healthy team, especially at the end of the year, amen, brother. I'll be praying to all of the football gods for a healthy year. You do that, and we're good. So I would like to see that myself, my friend. That would be absolutely fantastic. By the way, if you need landscaping to take your home, your HOA complex, your business to the next level, call my friends at Cutter's Edge Pro. They also do maintenance. Very important too. So if you want to maintain that home and make it, continue, or the business look beautiful and it's hard for you to maintain it, call the people at Cutter's Edge Pro. And cleaning up right now, we got the storm season. So if you got branches and trees hanging all over your roof or wires, don't go doing that stuff and climbing ladders and roofs and putting yourself at risk. Call the professionals who are fully insured at Cutter's Edge Pro. That way you're never liable. You're never at risk. 954-472-0622. And by the way, they also have artificial turf. I've had it now for over 2 years. It drains beautifully. It looks great every single day, and we don't do a damn thing. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, and it pays for itself because every day you're not cutting the grass and watering it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of money that you save in the long run. So call the people at Cutter's Edge Pro, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties, 954-472-0622. Ask for William Quigley and tell him that Big O sent you. Cutter's Edge Pro. Expect excellence. Let's see. Big O, wow. Read the Tua news while I was in Universal getting on the Mummy ride. Great way to start the ride. Protect the ride at all costs. 10 years in a row, best indoor coaster. Yes, that is a great coaster, by the way, the Mummy ride. It is a great coaster. I am with you, my brother. No doubt about that. No doubt. Yes, sir. All righty. Yeah, Tannehill as a backup, right? Yeah, that's funny shit. All right, folks, we appreciate you all out there. Thank you all for tuning in. Please hit the hell out of that like button. Come on, man, get us over 100 before you go. We got 119 watching, 90 only. Let's go. Hit that like button. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I'll aim for around 2:30, something like that. But tomorrow we'll have our first padded practice. So the hitting and football takes place. So that'll be a lot of fun. And if you're going out to practice, I look forward to meeting you all out there. We'll be all on the far, west side of the stands. Come on by and say hi. Sometimes I'll walk over to the other side if they're practicing, and I'll be able to. So if you see me, say hi. Would love to meet you. Thank you, as always, We will see you. Enjoy your Sunday morning out there. We'll see you Monday afternoon, baby. Go Fins.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.